I'm Kathryn Gomes, and I'm the author of Exploring Creation with Mathematics, Level 1 from Apologia. In this video, I want to show you some different ways you can do the Unit 3 skills practice. The skills practice are skills that you practice for 5 to 10 minutes with your child each day, in addition to the lessons, and it is all laid out in the pacing guide of the teaching guide. Now for Unit 3, there are 3 different skills that you're going to practice, and those are also explained here, and all the activities that I'm going to mention are in this teaching guide as well. So the first skill is subtraction facts up to 10. All the subtraction facts within that category. And there are several different ways that you can practice, but the easiest thing is flashcards, all right? These guys are affordable, they're quick, they're easy, they're a great way of making sure it happens on a busy day. Now, one thing to keep in mind is you don't want to just give your child a whole stack like this. Notice that I said subtraction facts up to 10, so you do need to go through and pull out the facts that your child is ready for. We always want to give them a manageable amount of facts to learn. If we give them too much, it's overwhelming, and actually they can't really retain it because they don't have enough knowledge to like hook it on, if that makes sense. So you can always use something like this and sort it ahead of time. Also, you can make a game with flashcards to make it a little bit different or a little more interesting. Have them find facts that have the same difference, that type of thing. All right, now there are some games that I love to play, and one of our favorites for subtraction is Toppling Towers of 10. It's fun to say, and it's even more fun to play. So it's pretty simple. You need a die, and you need a tower of 10 for each player. So we use Lincoln cubes. You can use Legos. It doesn't really matter. Each player starts with 10. On their turn, they roll the die. Whatever they roll, they get to take that many off somebody else's tower. So if I roll a 6, I could take 6 off your tower. You have to make sure they say the subtraction fact when they do it. 10 minus 6 or 10 take away 6 is 4. That really helps make the math connection. Whichever player is the last one standing wins, and we normally play that the last subtraction has to be an exact amount to make it a little more interesting, but you can tweak those rules if you want. Also, you always want to remember that when they learned subtraction, there were games included in the lessons in this student book. And now that they're rehearsing subtraction or practicing it again, you can bring back those games. So there were several games that were in the student book. One is a board game. Let me just show you the board. It's this space one right here. And this one's actually really interesting because if you notice, it's the facts on the spaces, not the answers. So when they roll the die, they have to find the space that has that answer. So this really pushes them and makes them think deeply. All right, also we put lots of resources on the Book Extras site for you, and I just want to show you some of those. We do have worksheets that you can print out. They're just like well laid out, nice and spacious. I like how these are designed. If you want something more like a puzzle, these are fun. They cut out the facts, make sure you can see it, and then they stick it with the correct difference, so that one's cool too. All right, then after you've done subtraction facts up to 10, we're going to work on some addition facts, and again, we're going to group them. So the group we're going to do is doubles, and doubles plus 1 or doubles minus 1. So doubles you're probably familiar with, like 6 plus 6, 7 plus 7. Those are fun and pretty quick for most kids to memorize. Doubles plus 1 and doubles minus 1 just means the facts that are 1 off, like 7 plus 8 or 9 plus 10. And the reason we pair them is if you know 7 plus 7, we teach the kids that to do 7 plus 8, they should think of 7 plus 7 and then add 1 more. So the grouping is really important. It's it's thought out in a way to help your kids always hook their new knowledge onto old knowledge. All right, flashcards. Again, all right, just get your set of flashcards. I paid $2 for these. We get our money's worth from these. You're gonna have to sort it through, pull out those doubles, pull out the ones that are doubles +1 or doubles -1. You could make your own, but I feel like it's a little easier to just buy them. You can play a game with the flashcards. One that I like is called Line It Up. You give them the facts that they're working on at that time, like a doubles like this, and they have to line them up in order of the sums. So this one's sum is 10, so now I need to find a fact that makes 11 and a fact that makes 9 and try to make a line. It makes you think through. Your kids start to find some connections by doing that you wouldn't expect. Again, they had games that they did during their lessons that you can pull out again. One of our favorites, we love Chutes and Ladders and also the Snakes and Ladders version. So I went with snakes, I hope you don't mind. And we did a Snakes and Ladders with doubles. You'll recognize this from the lessons, okay? Very similar to the game if you're familiar, except they have to answer the doubles fact when they land on the space. To practice the doubles ±1, we have the game doubles ±1. This one's super simple. You need a die that you can change the numbers to make the numbers higher. We have this really cool, I got this at the dollar store. I love this thing. It's dry erase. So I changed the numbers. I'm pretty sure the lowest one is 5, so we go up higher from there. And when you roll the die, all right, I got a 7. You double it in your mind, 14. And then you can either add 1 or take away 1 and cross out that space on your side. Whoever gets their whole side crossed out first wins. That's a fun way to practice. And man, like so little prep, right? I mean, it's like almost faster than pulling out the right flashcards. Okay, so those are your first 2 skills, the subtraction and then the doubles +1, the doubles -1. Now that they have those doubles, you'll notice that they pushed into teen number sums, all right? Like they're doing 9 + 9 is 18. So they are now ready to start learning and memorizing those higher addition facts. So you have this big list here of all the addition facts up to 20, but keep in mind that they are hooking this on to prior knowledge, all right? It's not gonna be as hard for them to think of 7 + 9 because they've already learned 8 + 9. See what I'm saying? All right, how are we going to practice that? Well, you probably guessed this one, right? The flashcards. If you're having, you know, a busy day, you can do flashcards. Another fun game from the lessons is target number. This is super simple. You need 2 players and you take turns picking a target number and then you roll dice to try to get that number by adding, okay? You're gonna tweak it. The instructions are in the teaching guide to make sure you're working with higher numbers now because those are the facts you're trying to do. Finally, we do have worksheets on the Book Extras site for this practice. And I should show you, there's also for the doubles and the doubles +1 and the doubles -1, there are worksheets on there for that as well. So hopefully those suggestions get you off to a great start with the Unit 3 skills practice.